That's one of the things I love about South Beach. It really feels like you're living inside Grand Theft Auto Vice City. I have no idea what the is going on. What other major metropolis would that be acceptable?
Wrapping your lips around this is a challenge. I hear that a lot.
So excited about a boat ride. Oh man, hope this leg turns quick.
The captain has signaled our final approach into Miami. It's time we request all passengers once again be seated with your seatbelts securely fastened.
Flying into Miami to South Florida is like flying to no place else that I know here in the United States.
I remember when I first came to Miami, they opened the door of the plane.
Oh gosh, first of all, the sun. You don't have to worry about the sun, and then the visual.
The trees, all these wacky palm trees, going up, and then this little thing up there.
If you think about it, you are in the center of the world.
Miami. I seem to find an excuse to come to this place at least twice a year. It's the main stop-off between North and South America, and trust me, it's worth leaving the airport to make the most of any layover you may have here. You got two options when flying in, Miami International or Fort Lauderdale. From Miami International, you can take the Super Shuttle into the city for 19 bucks, or you can take a taxi for $32 and be at the beach in less than 30 minutes. Sonny Crockett pedaled to the floor in a brightly colored Ferrari. A cigarette boat tears across Biscayne Bay. Pastel colors, deco buildings, pallet loads of Coke. Al Pacino in Ricky Ricardo mode, introducing you to his little friend. That's the Miami of the imagination. My imagination, anyway. Reality has come to resemble the fiction. The abandoned hotels Michael Mann had painted for Miami Vice actually look like that now, and are filled with people dropping dollars they made on more conventional ventures. Today, Miami is made up of many distinct districts, including South Beach, the waterways of the Miami Islands, historical Coral Gables, and the recently reviving neighborhoods of Wynwood, the Design District, and downtown Miami. And of course, not to be overlooked on a visit are the neighborhoods of Little Havana and Little Haiti. Since under it all, or more accurately, right there to see, is the fact that Miami is the most Latin American of cities, home to untold numbers of Cubans, South Americans, and also Caribbean immigrants with all the good stuff that comes with that. Just as Los Angeles is not Hollywood, Miami is not South Beach. But that's where I stay anyway. Why? Because I like it. South Beach takes up the southernmost blocks of Miami Beach Island. There are, of course, many hotel options here, most right on the beach, just like you wanted there to be, and for every budget. But if you want huge and strange and wonderful they just don't and couldn't make them like this anymore, maybe the enormous Grand Hotel Biltmore in Coral Gables is for you. Spanish-style estate, old Floridian glamour, and a 23,000 square foot swimming pool where Johnny Weissmuller and Esther Williams frolicked between cocktails. But me, I stay at the Raleigh. And I come here not just for the bar, or the old school interior, or even the gorgeous pool, but because it's one of the few offbeat, grown-up, slightly dysfunctional refuges I truly and deeply love. It's a place that feels like home, largely because of this woman. Concierge and authority on everything important in Miami, Crispy.
How can I help you?
Well, I gather you got me a car, something.
It's kind of sassy and kind of sporty, and I think it'll be perfect for you in Miami.
I wanted something that, like, if I was playing Grand Theft Auto,
okay,
it's a car that I would steal and drive for a while and then...
With Miami, I think, you have so many, like, high, sporty kind of cars, and if you want to blend in, you can, and if you want to sass it out, you can kind of punch it out and be noticeable.
Awesome.
Sometimes you need to just embrace your inner douche. And driving around South Beach, you may as well drive the car you never would in any other situation. Come on, you know you want to. This is the one town you won't stick out in a car 20 years too young for you and way too bright and way too fast.
That's what I'm here for. Me and my red car. I'm putting the douche back in Miami. It is my right as an American to come to South Beach and behave like a douche. Actually, no, I'm over the age limit to do that. It's really unacceptable. Euro douche. I could come and act like a Euro douche. That would be okay. You know, that's one of the things I love about South Beach. Really feels like you're living inside Grand Theft Auto Vice City. I always feel this sort of not-so-secret compulsion to, you know, side-swipe people and beat prostitutes to death. Then who doesn't?
Of course, you could walk or bike around like the locals do. I've heard there's a public transportation system that gets you just about anywhere you want to go with a $2 Easy Pass. But for f***'s sake, you're in Miami. It's vacation.
Thank you, brother.
I don't believe it. Welcome to Miami, man.
You gotta love that. Walking down the main drag of the city, your ass cheeks flapping for everybody to see. I don't know. What other major metropolis would that be acceptable?
Lunch options in South Beach? Meh, not so much. I usually head over to get a Colombian mutant hot dog. Colombians like to do strange and wonderful things to their dogs, and there's a lot of places around Miami like this. But I come here. La Parada de Edgar, located in North Miami Beach.
So much to choose from.
Chef Edgar Gomez moved to Miami about 5 years ago, and he's been serving up these tube-shaped beasts since. Today, he offers 21 different takes on the noble wiener, some intergalactically strange.
Can I have a Colombian? Also, otro, super Edgar Banana. That sounds like a plan.
First up, the Colombian. Topped with mozzarella cheeses, onion, and a pink sauce, basically a mixture of mayo and ketchup, his secret house sauce, mustard, and finally topped with potato sticks.
Gracias. Oh, look at that. Holy crap, that thing is huge. That is delicious. Gracias. Oh, this is awesome. Wrapping your lips around this is a challenge. I hear that a lot.
You could, on the other hand, go more traditional Cuban for lunch, like Las Olas in South Beach. Cash only, popular with the locals, and line right up for ropa vieja or rice and beans that will make you very, very happy. The staff speaks mostly Spanish, but you learned that in high school, right? If not, just point and smile. Over in West Miami, there's El Palacio de los Jugos, which I believe means Palace of Juices. Not just juices, it's a jumble of different stands, all under one roof. You can get fried plantains, that's plátanos, more Cuban rice and beans, that's arroz congri, and chicharrones, which you don't need to know what they are, just eat them. You kind of have to have a Cuban grilled or roast pork sandwich, or pan con lechon. It's cheap and delicious, and a far cry from any food that you're going to find at your hotel. Me? Edgar special, please. What? Hot dog with cheese, pineapple jelly, and whipped cream? Garnished with dried fruits and a little strawberry sauce? It's like gay Franken dog.
Oh, awesome. What? Wow. That shouldn't be good, but it kind of is. Everyone's got some twist on the hot dog. In Miami, because there's so many people from all over Latin America and the Caribbean, is of course a magnet also for a plethora, one might say, of tubular mutations. And delicious ones, like this one, and that one, and really wacky like this. I feel all sticky and ashamed.
Driving down Collins Avenue on South Beach, you quickly realize that douchiness doesn't just happen. You gotta work for it.
I should have been doing steroids for like 6 months before getting into this car, you know? To increase my douchiness.
And then there's this.
Oh man, hope this light turns quick.
A few years back, I was a guest on a show maybe you heard of called Miami Ink. And I developed a relationship with the place, and more importantly, with this guy, master tattoo artist Chris Garver. He's inked me 2 times so far, and it's become kind of a regular thing for me. When in Miami, Garver, tattoo.
How big do you want to do it? Like about this big?
Yeah.
Oh, sorry, I didn't even give you a warning.
No, that's all right.
Been here before.
I tell you the whole story behind this design, the inspiration being the works and credo of the French essayist Michel de Montaigne and the Greek skeptics, and that it means basically, I suspend judgment. It looks cool, right?
How many times have you been to Miami now?
I'm here at least twice a year.
Yeah.
I find some excuse to come down here.
Yeah.
You know, a couple of days in Miami, you know, perfect. I always keep it like ridiculously simple. I never really go out to fine dining. I haven't really found the perfect Cuban place yet.
I can't really have fine dining too much, you know, but like I don't know how people can do it every day.
Yeah, I'm in like vacation mode when I come down here. I don't want to sit at a white tablecloth for 4 hours, you know?
It's all too stuffy.
Yeah.
I want to relax.
For some people, relaxing in Miami may be a day at the beach. For others, it's having a needle full of ink drilled under your skin.
All right, I think that ought to do it, Tony.
Man, that looks good. That looks really, really great.
Cool.
Love the relief work on it and stuff. It's beautiful. Look in the mirror. I'm really happy.
Awesome. So you'll take it?
Great.
You want me to wrap it up and you can take it home?
I guess I'll take this one.
I have a second part to my tattoo ritual when in Miami. Afterwards, it's over to Mac's Club Deuce, conveniently located right across the street.
So I haven't been to the Deuce this early in a while.
So I gotta honor tradition. Tradition absolutely requires tattoo, drink at Deuce.
Kind of does go together, huh?
And hey, it's happy hour.
You know, this place has been around since like 1926.
I don't doubt it. And I hope it stays always exactly as it is now.
Get Anthony a beer.
One of the last true dive bars in South Beach. This place never seems to change, and it's a glorious refuge for distinguished guests from all walks of life. Perfect for late afternoons or late nights. Remember what I told you about Miami Vice and Michael Mann? The sign there is a leftover from a shoot. But if you were offended by cigarette smoke and need to see oily, barely concealed chesticles while you drink, you can go elsewhere. Also in South Beach, you could go to The Room, a civilized alternative serving handcrafted beers and an eclectic selection of wines. A generally laid-back and pretty mellow crowd hidden on a back street right around the corner from the rest of South Beach and still far away from the madness. But for me, it's always about the Deuce.
It's funny, I realize, now I remember, this was the first place, the first time I ever came to Miami. I had a couple of friends down here, and this was the first place they brought me. I don't know what that says about me. You were right away said, this was the first place they brought me. They said, don't even waste your time anyplace else. We know you well enough to know that this is where you should be spending your time. We came here in the afternoon and got completely and horrendously And that was pretty much it for the night. Yeah. That was
Miami's become too big for me, although it's fabulous. So living here, I can get a combination of the sense of the Caribbean and still be in the city.
And Miami is right on the border between North and South Americas, and in some maps of the Caribbean, Miami actually fits into the Caribbean.
There's many things you can do in Miami. People that are used to the palm trees and the beach and the sand, but you know, can think outside the box. There's a lot of things you can do out of the routine. A lot of things.
Ask yourself, when you're in a new town for a limited period of time, what do they do here that they don't do elsewhere? What's unique? You don't see a lot of this where I come from. High Life. Originating in Basque Spain, Miami's the only place it's played professionally. We're headed to see a game in Alapata. It's a neighborhood northwest of downtown Miami and about a 30-minute drive from South Beach. Now, I've never been to a highlight game, and neither has Chris, so this is a new experience for both of us.
Oh, this is old school. At the OTB.
Oh, there's a bar, that's good.
The only thing I do know about this game is that you can win or lose money betting on it. Not knowing who or what to bet on, we quickly form a strategy.
We're looking to bet on somebody in the 11th game. We're looking to bet on the older guy. With the experience, that's all we care about.
The guy is at 18. 13.
All right.
Number 13?
Yeah. We want number 13.
All right.
20.
21. What do you want to do? Play?
What do you think? Place. To win. To win. Let's go to win. Come on.
One to win, one to place. Just to play it safe.
I'm on a winning streak too, so I'm feeling good about this. Yeah. Thank you. All right, want to grab a couple of beers for this?
I think I'm going to have to.
Yeah.
Though it comes from Spain, Jai Alai was brought to Miami from Cuba in the 1920s and is still pretty popular with the Cuban community down here.
So you're pretty interested in this stuff, though, huh?
I am kind of. I have no idea what the is going on.
Yeah, it's kind of hard to figure out, huh?
Now, if guys with wicker scoops attached to their arms throwing balls at each other doesn't float your boat, you might want to investigate some of the architectural oddities of South Florida. A picture book of Coral Gables then and a slow car ride around Coral Gables now would actually be kind of cool. You'll see homes and plazas built mostly during the 1920s when developers had this romantic, semi-deranged idea of creating Miami's own version of Venice. Or you could take a hard look at South Beach's deco madness on Ocean Avenue, straight out of Grand Theft Auto. Or regenerating Wynwood District with lots of galleries and street art, if you're into that sort of thing. But I'm too busy raking in the dough in the mostly empty Jai Alai Palace.
Yeah, that's good for us.
Is it?
He dropped it.
That's what I'm talking about.
I guess they say this is the fastest sport in the world because they're hurling that ball like twice the speed of like a baseball pitcher.
Yeah. Well, that ball could probably, drive right into your brain,
I guess we're wearing helmets for a reason.
All kinds of maxillofacial and genital injury.
Sure.
Looking good.
I think if you're at the top of the thing there, then...
I think the game's over. I think we won.
I should have bid on the win, too.
Smoke it. Let's go collect our winnings.
Is the game over?
I believe it is.
You think so?
Yeah.
Maybe it is. We'll find out.
$38.
Sweet.
$38.
Thank you, sir. Almost double my money there.
Okay.
Remember, kids, forget about school.
34 for you.
Gamble. Uncle Tony did.
I think it's time to spend some of my earnings on food. So we're heading to downtown Miami, a once neglected part of the city. But recently, the city's regeneration scheme has been transforming the area, and the artists are moving in. And the rents, of course, moving up. Dinner. We pick Garcia's seafood restaurant. No flash, no pretense, just simple wooden tables by the Miami River and good, fresh, local fish. It can't be understated the importance or depth to the tortured relationship between Miami Cubans and their homeland. The generally accepted belief is that the Miami Cubans were all rich guys, landowners, despots, exploiters, and pro-Batista millionaires who had to get out when the corrupt government fell. Not so. Restaurateur Luis Garcia, who with his mom and brother took over the business when his dad passed, his dad ran a small shop selling fish back in Cuba. When he fled with his family to Miami in the 60s after they took it away, he started a small market selling seafood, hiring friends as fishermen. Today, those same fishermen are still bringing in the catch for Garcia's seafood restaurant, market, and fish wholesale business. They still maintain their own fishing boats and dock right up to the restaurant to drop off their catch.
So we got 2 fish coming now.
Yeah. Today we've got hog snapper and yellowtail. Grilled shrimp with Old Bay, lemon and herb and garlic. Want a slightly more tricked out ambiance? You can try the excellent River Oyster Bar downtown, where Chef David Bracha offers largely local and organic cuisine. At the Horseshoe-shaped bar, you can enjoy their take on classics like cioppino or seafood stew or roasted lobster. But I'm happy tonight at Garcia's.
Nice. Ooh, that's good looking. Beautiful.
Thanks. So how different is Cuban food here than in Cuba?
Well, I mean, this would be unthinkable. They don't have this. They don't get this much protein. You wouldn't get this anywhere. People got to hustle all day long, cut every corner, do every innovative, probably illegal thing that you can do, you know, just to feed your family. Like rice, beans, and a little bit of protein. This would be unthinkable. I mean, there are a few restaurants that have this, stay-at-home restaurants for tourists.
So you really think it's gonna be, things are gonna change when Castro dies?
That's beautiful. Good food, man.
How you doing?
Yeah, it's excellent.
Really good, really happy.
Enjoy the rest of your day. If you need anything, let me know.
Thanks.
All I can say is, so they don't have this in Cuba, but they will, you know, and they will soon, and it's certainly in his lifetime. Certainly, even in my lifetime, in all of our lifetimes, it's gonna change.
Basically, when people think about Miami, they're thinking about the Cuban tradition. So you're that close. So basically, when you come to Miami, there's no way you can get out of Miami without a mojito.
Oh, I love mojito. I love caipirinhas. And since I'm from Trinidad and Tobago, I have to say rum and coke is at the top of the list.
Everyone enjoys their beach drinks here. And after 3, it's on.
Another day in paradise. I am a creature of habit. Same place at the pool for years. Perhaps a beverage. Another option on a perfect day like this is just a few steps away at the Raleigh beachfront. There's skin cancer. Or you can rent a jet ski and see if you can further erode our remaining coral reefs, if there are any left living. With any luck, you'll hit a manatee, or like Flipper. He's from around here, right? Pool or beach? You decide. Me, I'm old. I'm lazy. I ain't moving.
Sitting by the pool, by the way, is the only acceptable place to have a frothy blender drink garnished with a strawberry. It's perfectly okay then, unless you're wearing like a banana hammock in the same color as your drink. That's a little dubious.
You want to go the other way, meaning wake up? There's the Corderito, available anywhere in Little Havana, or a cafe con leche or cafecito, or Cuban espresso jet fuel. The cafecito is the one-shot version. I'm not supposed to swim because of my tattoo, so it's time to find me some lunch. Downtown Miami again, a place called the S&S Diner. This gloriously unchanged by time greasy spoon dates back to the 1930s. Inside, old-school communal seating around a horseshoe bar with stools. Manning the floor is longtime employee Melanie.
Every day, they're the same people, like for breakfast. Some people come back for lunch. Everyone comes here since they were, a little child. We have customers that say, my daddy brought me here, my grandmother brought me here, It has a good history.
This place is a step back in time.
The meatloaf looks good. Yeah, I think I'll have that. And can I also get some grits and gravy? Some peas will be great.
Peas, okay.
Yeah.
Something to drink?
Iced tea, please.
All right, and then just go the other way, right?
Great.
Meatloaf? Yes. Or you could go Haitian over at Chez Les Bébés for their version of griot, fried pork shoulder served with sweet plantains and salad. Or perhaps the Bahamian pot, also in Little Haiti appeals. Trudy Ellis and 3 generations of her family run this place.
I opened this in '89. There was no Bahamian restaurant around when I opened this, none at all. So I said, let me give it a try. And it was a small little one-sided building. And then the customers kept coming and coming, and I opened the other side. And from then until now, I've been doing the same thing right here.
One of the best meals here is their breakfast of boiled fish and grits served with Johnny cakes made of sweet buttery cornmeal and milk batter. All great. If you're craving island cuisine, this is a place you don't want to pass by. I need meatloaf and grits. And yes, those are canned peas.
Thanks so much.
Yeah.
I want you to know that famously, sort of the signature dish of Miami was meatloaf. Create a well. A weakness for commercial gravy. Actually, don't tell anyone. I feel like I'm in an alternate universe. Kind of Twilight Zone. I'm gonna leave here and find out that the world outside these doors have disappeared. No one's left alive. It's just us. Gravy master. Yeah. Cultivating that hard body for the beach.
Well, there were many influences, many things that brought attention to Miami Beach. One was Miami Vice, and that style of clothing caught on.
Michael Mann came in with Miami Vice, and he decided to paint the buildings the beautiful colors and make them the sets for the TV show.
Back in the late 80s, I was a realtor, and I just watched bodegas on the beach transform into nightclubs.
Within, I would say, 15 years, it's changed about 4,000%. It's gone from the wild, wild west to Saint-Tropez.
Yo, Don Johnson, time to get out on the water. See Miami from out there. Private boat tours or charters are relatively affordable, whether you want to kill fish, dump a body, or just look around.
I'm so excited about a boat ride. I love boats.
I'm heading out on the water with Michael Schwartz, chef owner of Miami's preeminent restaurant, Michael's Genuine. We're meeting at the Crandon Marina in Key Biscayne, a small residential island located just south of Miami Beach. Manning the wheelie thing, what do you call that? The helm? Captain Frank.
Our destination's up there on the horizon.
Stiltsville, right?
Stiltsville. Those shacks, those homes.
Now, what's the origin of this place?
It has a very colorful history. The documentation currently says 1930s. We had, back in those days, rum runners that had the equivalent of big cigarette boats today. And the story goes they would sell the booze right off the porches.
These were essentially homes or home-like structures built out on the water on stilts or by squatters.
It's been a hangout since the 30s.
Yeah, that's a serious party space.
Yeah, and that one looks like it's in pretty good shape. This one looks like it needs a little work. What I understand is some of the hurricanes over the years kind of took one out, two out, but then Andrew really devastated it.
Right. What year was that?
92.
1992, August of 92.
So people were still living, there was still a community of people out there.
Oh,
Around
yeah.
how many people?
I don't know that anyone really lived there all the time, but weekends, parties.
But basically they were unpoliced for much of that time?
They were, but after Andrew, the Parks Department took them over. And they have rangers and they patrol it.
Right.
Yeah.
But you see, I remember going on the house. Yeah, and it wasn't that maybe 10 years ago.
I mean, it must be awesome, you know, to put up hang a hammock or, put a
And
cot
just
in there
go
and
bring
just
a
kick
cooler
back.
and, yeah, eat stone crabs and...
Little hibachi.
Yeah. Every time I come out on a boat, I wonder why I don't spend more time out on a boat.
Yeah, there's no better place to be.
I feel all Steely Dan and looking at this. Good lyrics. Hated their arrangements.
This spectacular light is just amazing here. I mean, there's those little things about living here that are magical.
Yeah. It's exactly this that makes me, every time I come down here, I think, I should move here.
Yeah.
What am I doing?
I can't leave Miami without checking out their vibrant and growing food truck scene. They circle the wagons, so to speak, at places like this, Tropical Park in South Miami. Every kind of mobile, edible deliciousness and madness, from Cubano burgers to Asian-inspired wings to tater tots and beyond.
Where do they all come from? Were they just wandering around till they found a home? You know what I mean?
This is like a relatively new phenomenon.
Right.
And I think within the last year, this really happened. And it happened so fast in this kind of unregulated way. I think they're just trying to figure it out now. And the city's just trying to figure out how they can deal with it, but mostly screw it up.
Let's maybe just start there and work in a...
Yeah, well, there's a good one.
What?
That's called Sakaya Kitchen.
The dim sum dudes?
Yes, that's right. You want to eat?
A little something small and delicious, sure.
The Sakaya truck serves up boxed meals like short rib, chunk, cheesy, spicy tater tots and ginger Brussels sprouts. But I'm going for the irresistible sounding crackling duck herb sandwich, served on a potato roll with mustard and ketchup and garnished with black plum cilantro. That is a fine looking sandwich.
That's a duck, beautiful thing, thank you.
Looks like a Martin's potato bun to me. My favorite.
It's a kind of an East meets West thing going on. It's delicious. Like them?
Hell yeah.
There are countless food options at this food truck fiesta. At Grillmaster, we can't lay off the Frita Cuban, a mix of ground beef and ground sausage served with julienne fries and ketchup. Nice.
That's good.
Flavor profile.
Bourdain doing it big at the Grillmaster right now. Make sure you guys check out. And for Mr. Anthony Bourdain, we'll need you over here when you guys finish. We're gonna talk.
For me, I'm more into the island foods here.
Let's see, the Caribbean food, of course. You gotta go to Little Haiti, for example. There's a lot of Jamaicans, Asians, And they're super cool.
You know, they'll just paint a hot dog and a pack of cigarettes and a lamb roast and a chicken roast right on the building.
Any appetite, any flavor you have for the day, you can find it here in Miami.
Michael's Genuine in the Design District, just north of downtown, is probably the best restaurant in Miami right now. Locals flock to Michael's because of the seriously amazing food, a welcoming neighborhood place that showcases the type of cuisine that Schwartz does best. Homemade and straightforward, with an emphasis placed on fresh, local ingredients. It's late and the kitchen's closed, but I happen to know somebody. So they're going to whip us up something. Pig's ears cooked in a Dutch oven for hours until soft and tender, then cut into strips and deep fried until golden brown. Tossed with a little salt and spice and served with a wedge of lime, they are a bar snack unimprovable by man or God.
Is the world ready for this? If they didn't know what it is, they would. If you call it special pork cracklings, people will be all over this. This is the most exciting pork dish I've had.
Crispy pig ears.
I think people are ready.
Deviled eggs? I am a big whore for non-ironic deviled eggs. Do I have to tell you how to make a deviled egg? I seriously hope not.
You know, if you're American, when you come into the United States from a foreign country, they shouldn't give you a full pat down. They should offer you one of these. Because if you love America, you will love this.
There's nothing like a good pat down, though. Come on.
If for some reason you've already eaten at Michael's, you can then go to Pub Belly in the western part of Miami Beach. Kind of a gastropub kind of a place. They do short rib steak tartare with yuzu dijonnaise, chives, and wait for it, soft quail egg. Served with goat butter and toast. What is not to love about that? And of course, their signature pork belly. Communal tables at a local crowd, so you might actually meet somebody who knows something. Meanwhile, back at the bar, local Floridian chanterelles, lightly sautéed in butter and thyme, served over a scrambled guinea hen egg with some shaved Piave Vecchio cheese. Brown turkey figs from California are sliced and topped with hazelnuts and arugula, local honey, which is amazing, by the way, and sea salt.
You came here 17 years ago. What was your first, what brought you down here in the first place?
The early 90s, remember, like that was the height of, you know, the transformation of South Beach.
Oh, so man, it was early. Like John Johnson had yet to take off his white jacket, or he had
I think
recently?
he was doing it, yeah.
He was still?
Yeah, he was still doing it.
Why Florida, though? What was the first time, what was the...
Well, I came here.
Right.
For a visit. And there was lots of women.
Mm-hmm.
But I just felt like there was not enough good food and lots of demand for it.
Well, I got to tell you, good last meal in Miami, man. Thank you.
Glad you enjoy it.
So, Club Deuce later? What do you say?
Michael needs to go home to his kids, so I decide to head to a place even closer to home than Max Club Deuce. Collins Avenue can get mad late at night, but I usually keep my head down, retreat back to the safety of the discreet little bar in my beloved Raleigh Hotel. The Negroni being the perfect nightcap and aid to digestion after the rigors of my last day in Miami.
Thanks.
Huh?
Yeah.
Oh, hopefully tomorrow you'll have a good day.
Oh, yeah.
You know?
I'm optimistic. It's all in the game, yo. It's all in the game.
People come over here, they experience Miami, one of them they stay, they move on. Like from here, you can go all over.
I love the weather, the beaches, I love the diversity of people that are here.
No matter where you walk, you're looking at interesting buildings, interesting flowers, and interesting people.
I've been to many cities, but this is certainly one of the best cities on earth.
Rise, shower outside, a breakfast beverage perhaps. I feel looking out over Miami like master of the universe. The world is mine, Tony Montana. Actually, no. I feel more like some large mammal left an upper decker in my head. But this is helping. Yes, yes it is. I could pretty much have happily spent the whole time hanging out up here and at the pool. I mean, come on. Not too shabby, my friend. Obviously, when you travel for a living, you get to see some extraordinary places. That's the upside. The downside, you spend lots of time in airports. But there are a few things I recommend you do to make these layovers at least a little bit easier.
Hi, how you doing? Personally, if I look over and I see like the curb check guys, empty, nobody there, I'm going for that. It's so much faster, so much less hassle. You completely avoid the line. And for some reason out here, they spend minimal time clacking away on the keyboard. In there, it's like clack, 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 clack forever, like they're writing a book or something. So a few extra dollars and major reduction in pain in the ass quotient. Thank you very much.
Have a good flight.
I mean, look at that. Major airport in a major city, Miami, total check-in time, 2 minutes. Cost, $5. To do otherwise would be madness.
Well, good, thank you.
New York.